Hello and welcome to Fortress, Alaska. I'm your host Dave, and here today we are going to talk about medical training. Everyone should receive some real medical training. I think from about the time you hit teenagers to the rest of your life, you should get periodic medical training to be able to help someone who's injured if you happen to come across them in your day-to-day life. This isn't just for hunters or people who shoot or people who are out in dangerous areas. We all drive cars, we all move around town. We can come across an injured person anywhere, any time of day, and you should be able to help them till real medical professionals can arrive. Now, from my past, I spent a lot of time in the military many years ago, and I had some pretty good medical training. However, last year, it dawned on me that, my medical training is probably a bit out of date. They've invented new things and do things differently now than they did back in the 80s and 90s when I was in. So I thought I should update my medical training. However, then COVID hit. So my medical training class was canceled, then it was canceled again, and then it was canceled again. So now I'm waiting for the next chance to get into that medical training class. So with my medical training being canceled periodically, and I can't seem to get to a class because of the current situation with COVID, I spent a lot of time reading and catching up on medical trauma related training that I could just learn about on my own. Now, this is not a substitute for taking an in-person class. However, due to the COVID restrictions, I've been unable to get to an in-person class. So I try to learn what I can so that should something happen, I am prepared as best as I can be right now. But I will be taking a training class as soon as the situation changes and I can attend the in-person class. The situation is such that they just keep pushing it back because they keep waiting for the restrictions to be lifted so that they can do a training class. Because you really can't social distance and do a trauma medicine training class. And while I've been waiting, I've updated my medical gear that I can carry with me. What I did is I went to Dark Angel Medical and I got this simple trauma kit. It has a tourniquet, some gauze, some pressure bandages, medical shears, and it comes in a good pouch for carrying. So I can take it with me camping, hiking, hunting. I can carry it with day to day, can travel in the car with me so I have it when I need it. And a simple kit like that is a good thing to have. There are other kits available depending on your skill level and your training. Really depends on what you want to get. But something you can look into yourself and get what works for you. And there are a lot of good trainers out there, and they can get you directions on what you should have and how to use it. So even if you don't have the training yet, you should probably see about finding the kit and at least learning what you can about them and how to use them. Because here's something to think about. You may arrive the first one on scene to someone who's hurt. You may have the medical kit. You may not be the best person to use it, but you know what? There might be someone else there who does know how to use it. Better to have it and not need it than the other way around. And you can learn how to use it by reading and studying while you wait to get to that real medical training class. Okay, there's a very simple way of remembering the basics to attend to someone who's got an injury where they're bleeding, the ABCs. You want to alert someone, you want to call 911, get emergency medical people on their way so they can get professional treatment. Bleeding, the B. You want to find where the bleeding is. Depending on the clothes they're wearing, it may not be easy to find from where they're bleeding. Right now here, it's sub-zero weather. People wear a lot of clothes outside when it's sub-zero. Just because someone's bleeding and you see it in their leg doesn't mean that's where the wound is. So if they're conscious, they can probably tell you where it hurts and where to find the bleeding spot. So you got to find the bleeding. The third thing, the C, compression. Compression stops bleeding. Now you have to learn how to do all these things, and that's where the real training course comes in. So I recommend, once again, and I sound like a broken record, get some real medical training. But read up on it now and start to learn about it so that when you get to that medical training, you know what they're talking about and you understand things better. And it'll help you to learn and be more proficient in helping people. In closing, I just want to say this is just a first looks video on medical. Once I get through my medical training class, I intend on doing a more detailed video to share more information that I have and what I learned, so that hopefully that'll help you. But please, if you do anything at all, look into getting some real medical training and see about getting a simple trauma kit that you can keep in your car or keep on your body or keep with you somehow. So should you come across someone who's injured, or if you get injured yourself, you can at least start the basics until the professionals can get there to finish things for you and save your life. So I highly recommend medical training for everyone, not just simple first aid, but some trauma training. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and if you can, support me on Patreon. I'd appreciate it. Have a nice day.